I when I first became a Christian, I thought spiritual warfare would be like, you know, maybe a little blow on the ear or something. I'd be, oh, and then pray for it and it'll go away type thing. Boy, was I wrong. And it says we don't fight against, shit, I forget. But we fight against principalities and powers in high places, right? Well, principalities are different types of, in my opinion, different types of covens, and like the Knights Templar, the Rosicrucians, the Masons, the Illuminati. And then the high places is government. And also in your head, they try to manipulate your thoughts, make you think. I mean, if you watch commercials, first of all, you gotta go watch Jonathan Kleck, a few of his videos. Then you start looking at commercials and signs and listening to songs, and most of the songs after the 70s were love songs too, Lucifer. But the 70s was more of a more songs with God in it that were very popular songs. It wasn't like, oh, you gotta listen to gospel music. It was just a regular song on the radio, but it's talking about God, right? She goes listen to that song Vincent by, I forget his name. Anyways, go listen to the song Vincent. Starry, Starry Night. That's about Jesus. Anyways, keep smiling. Just keep smiling. If you're feeling like all of a sudden like your mental attack, just go, these are not my thoughts. Or if you feel all of a sudden you start feeling sick or drained, pull your energy back and say, I'm not sick. I rebuke the spirit of sickness. I rebuke the spirit of infection. I rebuke the spirit of blindness or whatever, right? And return it back to the sender sevenfold. If you get pissed off, I start throwing it back 70-fold. Because enough is enough, right? But black magic and the heart attack and the evil eye feels like somebody's throwing an 80-pound boulder at your chest. When they're working on your chakras, it feels like you got a really sore back, lower, upper. When they're doing the voodoo doll, you feel like you're being poked. All of a sudden, you got a really aching sore, like, and just strangled. Feel like you're being squeezed. And then there's things that, little shadows that dance around your room. I think those are jinn. I'm not sure. But I mean, for every culture's got their own dark entities, I guess you'd call it. And if you feel you all of a sudden you got a sore throat, they're working on your throat chakra. They want you to shut up, and that's what they're doing right now. It's just, sometimes it boggles my mind that I didn't know this was happening. But this has been happening my whole life, and now I'm realizing why or where it's coming from. Because I always had these little sharp pains and stuff. It was like, well, I wonder what that was, right? But now you know, it's magic being done on you. It's not some medical problem. And they can actually make you sick with cancer, make your organs rot with black magic. So rebuke anything that has to do with your your health. Send it back to the sender if you're having some kind of a problem, because disease is dis ease. I mean, you're not at ease. Okay? So, I always go, total calm, love. And from God, because He's inside you. As soon as I tell God I love Him, I get this big warm feeling inside me. And I choke up. And I love you, Lord. Yeah, if I didn't have Him, I wouldn't have a sound mind. I ask God to keep my mind sound. You know, that's got to be the most important thing in your life, is to have mental health. To know that you're okay, and to be understanding what's going on when you're sad and you don't know why. That's somebody working on you, okay? And then, yeah, it's people working on you. Most of these mental problems that they say, oh, he's got schizophrenia, that's demonic possession. You hear people talking to you, that's demonic, right? Telling you to do bad things. But they want to label it as a problem, because that our whole lives we've been lied to about so much. And when I'm thinking about the things I thought I had wrong, and now that I'm awake, it's like these things were projected at me, like bronchitis. I had it for 2.5 years, 2 years, almost 3 years in a row. And then I did this. I imagine taking like a sprayer that you pressure wash a house floor garage with, and then I imagine doing that inside my lungs on both sides, and up in the creases, and just the whole lung right up to the throat and out. And then I had the vacuum go in and suck out all those little capillaries, and I had bronchitis since. And they say, once you get bronchitis, you're always going to get bronchitis. Well, it's been about 8 years or something. And so I always say I don't get sick, because I don't. I've had like 2 colds in 34 years. And they go away the next day with chicken soup. I don't know what else to say. I just hope this information is helping people understand what's going on, and then rejecting it, sending it back, and knowing if it's yours or not. Because a lot of our problems that they send us to the hospital for, they're projected onto us. And we just think, oh, we believe that TV commercial. Medication is made out of oil. The Bible says stay away from pharmakia. Pharmakia is synthetic drugs. Have a nice day.